maintain high standards at JKacademy? The answer is through the JKacademy. My name's Katie Craigs.
And I'm Lorraine Yarderberg, and we work at JKacademy. So let's look at our maintaining of high standards. First of all, we start with children who are being prepared for entrance exams. They will go through an assessment with us, and from that assessment we're able to pick the right tutor to match with the child. Our assessments are very detailed, and so that requires a lot of training for our tutors to be able to analyse the assessment and then use the information properly when they're doing their lesson planning.
On the assessment, we provide lots of recommendations to help that tutor in the first instance, but we also have to make sure that we match the right tutor to the right student to make sure that the impact of the learning will be at its greatest.
That's absolutely right. And then when we go on from the assessment, we then start with lesson planning, and the lesson planning is done with the senior team. The senior team are there to make sure that the analysis is done correctly and that we're going to get maximum learning from the student. After that's completed, the tutor then makes a telephone call to parents, and that way they can get to know the parent, introduce themselves, and just find out anything else that they may need before the trial lesson. The trial lesson is really important because it gives the tutor a chance to get to know the student and make sure that the way they're going to be conducting their lessons in the future are correct, and it gives the child a chance to get to know the tutor. And all of this makes sure that the high standards are being maintained.
Chemistry is terribly important. We know that we can match the right tutor on paper with the right student, but we do accept there's that extra ingredients, and that's why the trial lesson is so important.
And usually they're very successful. We're pretty good at this now. We've been doing it for 10 years. We then go on to weekly monitoring with the senior teaching team. And Katie and I are members of that senior teaching team. We sit in on the weekly monitoring meetings and we look at all the children, all the exam children, how they're getting on and the sort of progress they're making. No stone is left unturned. We are ruthless when it comes to our monitoring and making sure our children are making the right progress for them. At the end of every month, every tutor will do a student progress review. And these reviews are essential because it tells a parent what targets have been achieved during the month and what targets are going to be aspired to for the following month. And we expect these targets to be achieved on a regular basis. And if they're not, we'll be asking the questions, why not? And stepping in, providing that expert advice, both for the tutors and for the parents. At all times, the JKacademy is how we maintain our high quality standards. This is what we do at JKacademy.
So every time your child is matched to a tutor, Lorraine and I are watching in the background as well.
We're right behind all the way to the very end.
Thank you for listening.